Hey guys, welcome back to Third and Long Coaching. And today I'm going to go over the real reasons why you're not successful. And I know this probably is going to piss some of you off, but that's okay because I believe in telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Okay. So, first reason why you're not successful, you don't write down your goals. Or you write down your goals, but they're those stupid SMART goals, right? The specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound, right? I think that's what the acronym SMART stands for. Well, I'm going to explain to you why SMART goals are dumb. So, a typical SMART goal, let's say you're making $50,000 a year, right? So, a SMART goal might be, you know what, within 5 years, I'd like to be making $65,000 a year. Okay. So that would be considered a pretty reasonable SMART goal. But does that goal really excite you? I'd be willing to bet that it doesn't really excite you. So that's why SMART goals are dumb, because SMART goals don't have any emotion attached to them. Okay. So I'm going to give you the flip side of that. Let's say instead of setting a realistic goal to make $65,000 a year. Let's say your goal is you're currently making $50,000 a year. And let's say 5 years from now, you'd like to be making $200,000 a year. Now, see, that's a goal with some emotion behind it. That's a goal you can get excited about. That's a goal that you're willing to wake up earlier in the morning and start planning how you're going to get there. But again, if you are only limiting yourself, and that's really what you're doing when you're setting a realistic goal, is you're limiting yourself on what you think is possible. You're not getting out of bed early in the morning for that. You're not going to go the extra mile for that little bit of extra money, but you'll go the extra mile if you have a goal to make $200,000 or $300,000 a year. So again, that's why some of you are not successful, because either A, you don't write down your goals at all, or B, you write down goals that are so realistic that they honestly they bore you to death and they don't excite you at all. They don't excite you at all. So me personally, I'm a big fan of setting really high goals, right? So let's say I set myself a goal to make $1 million a year, right? Versus if I set myself a goal to make $100,000 a year or something like that. Let's say with that $100,000 a year goal, let's say I only get 80% of the way and I make $80,000, right? I mean, hey, that's definitely more money, but again, not really a whole lot to get excited about. But if I set myself a goal to make $300,000 a year, even if I only get halfway there, I'm still making 150K a year. So I'm going to encourage you, when you make your goals, make them something that actually excites you. Make your goals something so exciting that you're ready to jump out of bed in the morning. So again, the reason why a lot of you are not successful is because you're either not writing down your goals or your goals just don't excite you. Okay? Reason number two, why you're not more successful. You don't take any responsibility for your actions. We all know those woe is me people, right? Some of them are close friends or family members, and they're always acting like a victim, right? Like the whole world is just against them somehow. Now, every job they work at, oh, my boss sucks. My boss is miserable, man. I can't stand that job, right? And they've said that about the last 5 jobs that they've had. Every relationship they get into, oh man, that person, he just wasn't, they weren't right for me. And they've said that about the last 5 boyfriends. And again, these are people who take no accountability for their actions. Now, again, I'm not saying that when people do things to you that you need to let them off the hook. Okay. So if I walk up to you and I knock you down on the ground, yes, at that moment, you're a victim. But if I come back a week later and you're still laying on the ground, I'm sorry, you're not a victim anymore, right? You've taken no responsibility for getting yourself up off the ground. And that's honestly what's wrong with some of you, right? Everything is always wrong with somebody else. And sometimes you just need to take a hard look in the mirror and say, you know what? what role am I consistently playing to deliver these poor outcomes that I'm receiving? Right? Because all of your bad situations and circumstances have one thing in common, that's you. So for some of you, you need to take a long, hard look in the mirror and figure out what role are you playing that's potentially contributing to these poor outcomes. Now, there is an upside to actually recognizing that you're responsible for the direction that your life has been headed. If you're responsible for your life having these poor outcomes, it also means that you are the one who could actually turn things around and to turn things around into a more positive outcome, right? So that means you don't have to wait on someone to come and save you. That means you have the ability right now to turn things around in your life. So again, reason number 2, you don't take any responsibility for your actions. The third reason why you're probably not successful is you don't actually invest in yourself. Now, most of us have been taught that by investing in ourselves, that means we need to go to college, right? So you go to college, you rack up debt, you rack up tens of thousands of dollars in debt, or some of you have even racked up $100,000 in debt or even more. And really, what does that mean? You spent all this money at the opportunity to have a better job. Again, having a college degree doesn't guarantee that you're going to be successful or make all this money. It just offers you the opportunity to become a little more successful. But some of you, again, will spend $100,000 getting a degree, but then you won't even go and spend $200 for someone to revise your resume, or you won't go and join Toastmasters, or you won't pay for a coach to help you with your interview skills. So again, you'll spend $100,000 learning from books, but you won't go that extra mile and pay someone $200 to revise your resume and make sure that it looks attractive to employers. So that's what I mean by not investing in yourself. And so those are the 3 reasons why you may not be successful right now. I'd love to hear from you. Please leave your comments below. Let me know how this resonates with you. All right, till next time.